Welcome back to the channel, guys. Today we are going to be not settling but making a bigger argument. We're going to be doing a carburetor versus EFI shootout. So we're going to use what I already have, my baseline. We're going to make another baseline pull for today with the high ram and the 417 lid. Mine's on alcohol. We got a Holley split manifold and a 4150 carburetor. Probably end up testing a Dominator 2 with an adapter with a little bit of MS 113 in it, or VP 113. It's oxygenated, so I'm using an oxygenated fuel to kind of try to equal it out a little bit. We were going to do a CID manifold, but we didn't end up having another set of gaskets. One of them tore, so maybe we'll test that another time. I would really like to see the CID versus the high ram. I know the CID is a better manifold, and I'm sure it would have picked up a little bit, but that's what we're gonna do. We're over here at Muscle Machining. I'm gonna put all his stuff down in the description. He's helped me out a ton getting the engine all set up and fixing the oil leaking issues and everything. Like, he's just been a huge help and very hospitable to me. And I send a lot of my customers here already, but if you guys ever need any kind of machining done or you want to use the engine or anything like that, all his info is gonna be in the link in the description. So we're gonna get a couple things attached here and let's get started. All right, so the only difference from the last few dyno pulls is I didn't really have a good breather set up on here, so I went ahead and installed some Motion Raceworks breathers, and I just have them running down into the pan just to catch any oil that comes out of there. Other than that, everything is exactly the same. The engine is stone cold. It hasn't been started yet, so we'll get it started up here soon. We got to charge the battery. It died overnight, so we're gonna charge the battery up and then we'll get it running and make a couple pulls. And then we'll get this big boy switched off here and get that carburetor installed. All these guys have been giving me crap all week, so let's see how it works out. All right, guys, pull one, EFI versus carburetor. Maybe it'll break 650 today.
That's nice. Crisp.
She's peppy today. Yeah, we're about to find out though. 641.
7,300. 520. The torque's still there.
Yeah.
We're within a pound on the torque.
It's just weird, that graph just goes keep climb, fall.
Keep it 7250, it looks like. Yeah. 72, 73.
70, yeah, right, 7,300.
Where was peak torque? 58-ish? 57. Oh yeah.
Cool. Alright, let her sit for a little bit, check the log, and do it again. Alright, this is the third pull. There's a weird anomaly, so we just wanted to run it back and see if it does the same thing. Yeah, it picked back up that and more.
I think you got your 50.
Moment of truth. 651.
51.
Woohoo!
There you go.
Heck yeah, that's the number I was looking for.
Yeah. And the torque is down a hair. You didn't add
I didn't touch that from the last pull.
Oh, okay.
So that's kind of weird.
No.
It is a little bit richer. Well, maybe not. We're working off this one now, this air fuel. So
Peak torque at 5,900.
These are much
yeah.
better for the aluminum heads.
That's
the
what.
other one,
And it carries out nice too. So
and then that
nice.
paper,
Got rid of the dip. It's still rolling over, but
it-
oop, that's a little close. Still rolling over. About it's a 7,500, and then it just rolls, man. That's weird. It doesn't look as bad on a shorter or a bigger window, but yeah, it does. That's weird. I would think it would carry farther because it's carrying nice, and then it just yeah. I'm sure we could fix it with
You
turbos.
can cam this thing or whatever you want to do. I don't think it's going to peak really any higher than that.
Cool deal. All right, that'll be the last one, and we'll get the carburetor on there. All right, guys, you saw the last pull. That was the last EFI pull. Made 651 horsepower. So we're gonna take manifold off, put us a Holley split manifold, which we got sitting outside. I've already adjusted the laptop to read a gasoline scale. That way we can log everything. It won't obviously be taking control of the fuel stuff. But we got Bobby B here from Cam Motion. We're gonna do a little carb test. He's always riding me about carburetor versus EFI. So we got a Dominator here we can test with an adapter. Got a Holley split LS3 manifold. So let's get to work. Request the help of some smaller handed men to get some bolts out. So when I did these valve cover breathers, I should have put them up a little bit higher, so when you try to pull the manifold off, it kind of hit a little bit. In hindsight, I probably should have just pulled the valve covers off to make it easier for everybody, but dealing with the O-rings on these things is a pain in the butt. So we almost got it off, just one more stud, and then we should be able to slide it on off. Got that carburetor on there. The manifold actually fits really nice for being out of the box. It has really good port alignment. These heads have only been clean cut, so
He's backtracking.
I ain't say nothing.
He's backpedaling already.
I said nothing bad yet. I think it's gonna make more with the EFI. We'll see. So we're gonna run it just like in this configuration now, and then we also have a 2-inch carb spacer to put on it just to see kind of what kind of difference it makes there. We may run the Dominator, we may not. The manifold's gonna need a little bit of work to run that, but we'll see. We'll see how we feel after we eat some cheeseburgers. All right, guys, first fire up with the carburetor. Put this on here, get some fresh air to the carburetor. We couldn't do this with the EFI, just so you guys know.
Another carburetor.
Alright, this is pull 1 with the carburetor. Oh yeah. Woohoo, EFI. Nah, we'll check over timing and everything and see.
Let's see. We're down a bunch right now. Let's save it. Let's see what. Maybe we're way lean or something.
I was watching it. It looked like it was. I don't know which wideband we were using, but it definitely pulled. It did the same thing with the timing though, a little dip, but it pulled out pretty good. It was still making power.
13 on that side, and yeah, we're lean.
Yeah, but look at it was still carrying out pretty good. Like it made peak power at 7,700.
We need
so
needs
peak
more fuel.
563, 384 torque. Well, no, that's was it 454 foot-pounds at 5,100. So it was actually making more torque earlier. All right, guys. So it was a little bit lean on that one. So they're making a jet change.
96.
Riching it up a little bit. It's got 96 jets in it right now. This is a 1,000 CFM carburetor. So what was weird there is it carried, we'll kind of see with the fuel and what it's doing, but it actually carried peak power all the way to 7,700, so that's pretty good. So let them get to it. Carburetor guys, you know, I could just push the up arrow, but not with this thing. All right, they're done making their jet change and went ahead and installed a 2-inch spacer. And yeah, let's make a rip.
Different carburetor too.
Oh yeah, it is. It's an IRD carburetor. Shout out to IRD. Check for fuel leaks real quick. Looks good. All right, few carb changes, spacer, actual different carburetor. How many CFM is this carburetor?
950.
950 carb. Did you guys make a jet change or you just?
No.
No? All right, out of the box. It is already a little bit richer.
Get off the shelf.
Whatever, off the shelf. Definitely RPM's better. 576 horsepower.
Move the peak up like 200.
and 445 foot-pounds of torque.
54, 55.
Oh yeah, 454 foot-pounds.
At 7,700, it's still just barely starting to fall off.
So that means the engine, valve train, and all that's definitely healthy.
Yeah.
So
but look, 13 to 1 on here.
Oh, this thing is lean.
Yeah, it definitely needs some fuel.
It won't even RPM.
I wonder if that means on that high ram that it's the manifold itself is what's making it roll over.
I find that hard to believe.
Everything else is, I mean, it's peaking at 7,700. So everything else is the same other than
could be,
manifold design.
Length issue.
Yeah.
Design. Maybe
Yeah.
center plenum versus.
We might have to investigate a CID manifold.
What about the RPM trigger? The way it was reading with.
So everything is the same. Yeah. Still running off everything for the Holley. It does have a little bit less timing in it than before, so I figure we'll get the fuel dialed in and then we'll throw some timing at it.
Yeah. Let's
get some fuel in it.
We're at 90.
All right, so still a little bit lean. What we're gonna do is we're gonna go to 99 jets squared, and then we're gonna pull it higher in the RPM because this manifold definitely likes RPM. It's peaking power right where the dyno starts to load it at 7,700, which is where we have it, the pulse sweeping from 5,000 to 7,700. So jet change, more RPM, and see if it makes more power. I'm sure it will. Then we can start adding some timing. This manifold is definitely impressive, for sure, for an out-of-the-box piece. And it's not even an expensive manifold. I mean, it's.
No,
how much are these? 500?
They're less than that.
They're
Yeah.
like $460.
Yeah, it's
I wish I would have bought.
reasonable manifold, and it's a split design, so you can actually take it apart and work the manifold. I mean, this is out of the box. If they work this manifold, this thing is a very impressive piece.
I bought the LS3 Edelbrock one. It was like $600.
Yeah, the 4,500 one I had before on the nitrous deal is not cheap. All right, so we changed the RPM sweep, 5,500 to 8,000 jet change. Let's see what she does. Yeah. Man, that thing sounds good up there, boy.
8,000 and went to 83.
Yeah.
It just.
When it let go.
Oh man, it was carrying up though. Good lord, that thing sounded angry.
How many RPM a second is it?
400. I got it set at 400. Okay. 589, 591, 93.
596 at 7,300. That's where it was peaking with the other one too. 596, 7,300, 474.6 foot-pounds at 6,300.
Air fuel starting to finally come around too.
Yeah, it was 12. It was like 12.3.
Wow.
Let's go throw some timing in this thing, huh?
Yeah, we can put a little bit of timing to it.
Yeah, the air fuel looks much better.
Yeah, put a couple degrees to it, see what it does.
And look at that, 1.9.
Yeah, that thing's pulling a lot of vacuum.
Yeah.
All right, 2 more degrees of timing. Yeah, it did, and then it started diving.
It looked like it wanted to. Then I think the carburetor is just not keeping up.
Yeah,
it
too
was
small.
On a nice, it was on a nice curve. How much vacuum did it make on that one? Same 1718.
All right, we definitely picked up 607.5 horsepower at 7,200. and 482.7 at 6,300. That just kept on pulling, boy. Good Lord. That's more. 2 degrees picked up again.
Didn't pick up as much, but it's still.
Yeah, it still picked it up.
Look at the thing.
It's got to be. I'm gonna guess 630.
It's got to be close to 640. Has to be. It sounds great too.
Oh yeah, it does.
It sounds like a banshee.
Hey, that's I found my timing chain tensioner down in the pan.
What motor is that out of?
Nissan.
Oh.
All right.
630. Oh wow, we were up there, boy.
30, 41.
Good Lord.
41.
641.8 horsepower and 507.6 foot-pounds of torque at 6,400. And it was just, that thing was just, it still rolled over then.
It leaned out a little bit. Oh no, never mind. I was looking at the wrong side.
How much is
Yeah,
this
no,
used fuel injection?
Used the what? Oh yeah, right. That's cool.
Man, I would like to put a bigger carburetor on here.
2 more degrees, and then once it plateaus, we'll put a bigger carburetor on it.
I bet you a bigger carburetor would probably pick up.
Oh, it's definitely, if it, yeah, we're definitely making more than EFI today. That's definitely gonna, even if I add 2 more degrees, it picks up, if it picks up another 10 horsepower, it made just as much, which is crazy. All right, we got 2 more degrees in it. Let's see if it'll break the 651 mark. Holy crap! That is insane. It just keeps pulling.
It just keeps on wanting to.
That's great. I'm going to eat my words. I bet it made 660 on that one. 659. Man, I was close. 659 horsepower at 7,400. 516 foot-pounds at 6,400. So officially has beaten the EFI with alcohol. I'll have to eat my words.
With MS-109, unleaded fuel.
MS-109, an out-of-the-box Holley split manifold.
And a 950 carburetor.
A 950, and it's 4150. It's not even a Dominator.
Right.
So we put a Dominator on this thing with like a true Dominator manifold.
Oh, yeah. It's probably like a 45.
Yeah,
right there.
easy.
Because the vacuum is as high as it is.
I'm gonna have to switch manifolds. Anybody want to buy a high ram? All right, guys, another 2 degrees of time. The GoPro in the room just died, unfortunately. That's the second battery today.
Right back down.
Yeah. That looked like it's going to be the it for 661 and a half at 7,300, 517 foot-pounds at 6,400. Exact same.
Yeah, I think that's the end of the time.
Yeah, I don't think it needs any more than that.
No, I think that's it. So whatever.
I'd actually probably dial it back.
Well, yeah, it didn't pick up.
Maybe 1.
I would do 1 degree, and you don't need that extra. So that was 33 and a half degrees of timing. So we'll dial it back to 32 and a half. And then if you guys want to do the carb stuff up to the manifold, that's up to you guys. But so far, the carburetor has won this time. All right, it's a sad day for us EFI guys. Or I think I'm the only one here, but I definitely didn't see that one coming. I did not think that that manifold with that carburetor was going to do it, and it did it. 661 horsepower, you guys saw it. That's 10 more than we made with the high ram and alcohol. I got to give it to it. Makes me consider the manifold that I have, but I'll probably stick with it. I like the high ram. I like the way it's packaged in there. But definitely in the future, if I do go to a set of Frankenstein LS7 port heads or something like that, definitely going to look into a CID style manifold with a nice elbow on it and go from there. But oh well, what do you think, Bobby?
I think it surprised me, the intake. I didn't think it was going to do that, but as far as widening the power band from where it was with the high ram,
Yeah.
But I can honestly say I think it would probably pick up another 20 to 25 horse.
Yeah. Just with the manifold design.
No, with a bigger.
Well, yeah, for sure. Yeah,
from where it's at now.
Yeah, if you were to work that manifold a little bit and we could put a dominator on it, because we could see, like, we're logging vacuum on there, and it was pulling 2 pounds of vacuum at 8,000 RPM. Like it was just steady climbing. So definitely with a bigger carburetor, open the manifold up, get some more plenum volume in that thing, it'll make even more. So I don't know that we're going to revisit that. We were thinking about doing it today, but it's already getting late, and we're kind of...
When you're looking at something that's going to make as much power as you're going to make...
Yeah, with boost.
40 horses is not going to matter.
I was more or less liking the RPM band. It was peaking and going where I wanted it to.
And look at the average power, too.
Yeah, the average power was
It made
higher.
just as much average power as the high ram with the EFI made at peak.
Yeah. Yeah, the average power with that manifold and the carburetor was about 42, 43 different between, it was like a 1700 RPM sweep. And that's, when you're drag racing, your shift drop usually isn't that much, but it definitely helps. So it may be something to revisit in the future, but for now, it's getting a high ram and it's getting alcohol, and I like my EFI. All right, guys, thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next episode.